Hello, I'm Richard Booker. I'm a haematology registrar in the West Midlands, and I'm the HaemSTAR Communications Lead. I have the absolute pleasure of running this year's flash mob audit called RAPIDO, which, and I apologise for this terrible title, stands for Reversal Agents in Patients Anticoagulated with Direct Oral Anticoagulants. So, what are the aims of this project? Well, the first aim is to simply audit the use of direct reversal agents across the UK, and secondly, to compare efficacy of those reversal agents. We think this is a really important project because there's over 1 million people on DOACs in the UK, and that data is surprisingly difficult to find, but we extrapolated from prescribing data. Also surprisingly difficult to pin down is the risk of major bleeding, which is estimated at 1 to 3% and higher in those higher risk groups. Furthermore, there's a really poor evidence base for reversal agents. This is limited to observational data or single arm trials, and I'll just touch on a couple of those now. So over the last decade in the UK, we've been using prothrombin complex concentrates, or Beriplex and Octaplex as we use most commonly in the UK. And that is supported by animal models and healthy volunteer studies whereby thrombin generation can be restored in patients and animals that have been treated with DOACs, and real world observational data. Andexanet alpha is a fairly new drug, which is a decoy factor 10A molecule. And by decoy, I mean it's been genetically modified. It's a 10A that's been genetically modified to not have any enzymatic activity. So it doesn't activate prothrombin to thrombin, and it just soaks up the drug. The next 4 was the trial where this drug was tested, and it was a single arm trial with the endpoint of hemostatic efficacy. So no real comparator arm. So the evidence for clinical benefit is really lacking. There's also some concerns about safety. In ANEXA 4, 10% of patients had thrombosis within 30 days and 14% died. We don't really have anything to compare it to, so it's very difficult to know whether that's truly the effect of the drug, whether it's the fact that these patients were sick, or whether they had been off their anticoagulation. So the situation in the UK is that we've been using PCC off license for many, many years now. In October 2020, Scotland approved Andexanet alpha for all major bleeding. And then there was this lag time where NICE eventually approved Andexanet alpha for major GI bleeding only. So this is important. There's an important difference between England, Wales, and Scotland and Northern Ireland, but predominantly the Scotland issue. So Scotland is using Andexanet alpha for all major bleeding, whereas England and the rest of the UK is not, which offers a really nice opportunity to compare the two. So how's this project going to work? Well, currently, April 2022, we are in the site sign-up phase. We're going to have a first data collection period in May to July 2022, and that we're going to be collecting data from the 1st of October 2020 to the 31st of January 2022. So patients that receive those drugs during that time. So that's October 1st, 2020 to January 31st, 2022. During the summer and the autumn, I'm going to be busy processing and doing some interim analyses and then preparing to present at BSH and ISTH next summer. In October and autumn 2023, we'll have a second data collection period with the aim to present at ASH in December 2023 and publish in the summer of 2024. So what do you need to do now? Well, formal site registration is important. We have a link to a online form where you would need to identify a team of up to 10 people, identify a supervising consultant, insert all their details and email addresses, and preferably an ORCID ID. The reason for an ORCID ID is, and for those of you that don't know what this is a single identifier for you to link all your research papers to you. It's free and it's well worth doing, but it makes our life a lot easier when we try to publish this study with all you lovely people as collaborators. Second thing you need to do is register your audit with your local audit department. I've done all the hard work for you and prepared some documents and some templates, which are available on our website, haemstar.org/rapido. This is the local audit registration quick start guide. So you can literally copy and paste from this for most trusts. If your trust asks you something you don't know the answer to or is not in the template, just email me and I will help. Third thing to do is find some helpers. We at the QE in Birmingham have identified over 200 patients that have had PCC and Andexanet over the last during that time period from October to January. October 2020 to January 2022, so just over a year. So that's quite an undertaking if it's just you on your own. So please, please, please find helpers, other registrars, allied health professionals, nurses, SHOs, and I guarantee to you that as long as that person has entered one whole record of data, there will be a citable collaborator on the publication, and I'll show you what that means later, or publications, I should say. The final thing to do is generate a list of patients. This should be easy. We've done this at the QE today. We emailed them at 11 and we got an answer at 5. This is often from pharmacy or blood bank. You would need to find out locally, but someone can help you with that, no problem. And as I said, 1st of October 2020 to the 31st of January 2022 is the time frame we're looking forward for this first data input window. The data collection, very briefly, is split across 3 forms. Firstly, patient and medical history, then bleeding episode, and outcomes and follow-up. And it's collected on this system called REDCap, which is a secure online platform that's been used by HaemSTAR before and is managed by the University of Birmingham by COPS team, so Birmingham Centre for Observational and Prospective Studies. So they are our professional data managers. We've been working hard on this data collection tool. We think it's going to take you about 20 to 30 minutes per patient, which is why we think you need help with it. So please, please, please identify people to help you. It can be anyone who works for the trust and is involved in patient care and has the ability to access patient records, as long as they know what they're looking for, but we will leave that to your discretion. How are we doing so far? So as of the 26th of April, which is when I'm recording this, we've got 39 centres set up. Happily, we've got tons in Scotland, and I'm still trying to recruit the last few health boards. The Scottish HaemSTAR reps have been amazing. West Midlands, obviously where I am, doing quite well. Southwest, amazing work by the Southwest rep, and everyone else has been chipping in. Clearly smaller areas have fewer hospitals, so please sign up if you've not signed up already. I promise to you that you'll be fairly recognised for your input. We have a HaemSTAR policy that anyone who contributes in a meaningful way to a project will be rewarded with citable collaborator status. And this is what it looks like. This is PubMed. This is our first flash mob that was published in January this year, only a couple of years after we did it. And you'll see all the individual people that contributed. Even one record of data are rewarded with for their work with citable collaborators. It can go on your CV, it can give points to SHOs for specialty applications, and give medical students points on applications, etc., etc. So it's a real incentive to do something that's really powerful, to do something that can have a real impact on patients and isn't just another hand washing audit. And it's something that you can be very proud of being involved with and will stand the test of time and be very well cited. I guarantee this will be published. Either 1 or 2 or possibly further publications. It's going to generate some absolutely fantastic data, and I hope this comes across. I'm hugely excited and enthusiastic about this project and HaemSTAR in general and what we can achieve. So I guarantee to you that you will get lots of responsiveness from me. If you have any problems, please, please, please just get in touch. So finally, what do you need to do now? And I'll go over this again. Get registered with your local audit department, use the templates on the website, find a team, doctors, nurses, allied health, whomever, sign up using this link, which is the formal link. You can email me if you're not sure, and ask your hospital to generate a list of patients for you. If you have any questions, please email me, richard.booker@nhs.net, or you can tweet HaemSTAR or message HaemSTAR, and that's me who deals with the comms for there, so I will see that. You can also message me directly on Twitter @richardbooker. All right, thanks. That's all for now. Get in touch with any issues, and thank you so much for your input. It's incredibly valuable.